Football and baseball are one of America's favorite pastimes when it comes to sports.
Touchdown! Ah! 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 Ah!
Today, we're looking at the time Donald Trump, in a way, caused an entire football league to fail. Since the 1980s, Mr. Trump had shown interest in acquiring a football team and also had a strained relationship with the NFL. Starting in the 1980s, Mr. Trump had tried several times to become an owner for a team, but hadn't been really successful. However, in the year 1983, he bought the team, the New Jersey Generals, between $5 million and $10 million, after the coach had a bit of a bad season. The New Jersey Generals were not under the NFL, but actually a league known as the USFL, or the United States Football League, and which would play their games in the spring compared to the NFL, who played in autumn and winter. At first, things had gone well, and that the players were taken care of, and Mr. Trump would take care of the media so that the players could focus on the game. However, former USFL television producer Mike Tollins had this to say: "We all scratched our heads and said, 'Why are you crashing our party? You don't believe in the concept. Why have you just joined forces with us? We should have known right then that the writing was on the wall.' What became enormously apparent was Trump had no interest in being in a secondary or alternative league. But the important question is, did Trump destroy the USFL? The third season for the USFL wasn't doing well in 1985.
First and 10, New Jersey at their 45. They lead 24-10. Herschel, 5, 10, and then some. Lookout record. Walker, touchdown.
Losing money, and the team owners were looking for a solution for it. Mr. Trump's plan to change things was to prove in court that the NFL had a monopoly on winter football that was restricting the USFL. In July 20th, 1986, a jury favored Trump in that the USFL had been an illegal monopoly, but 6 days later, the league collapsed. Although the court had been able to prove that the NFL had a monopoly, it wasn't able to convince the USFL had been restricted from television rights. Instead of winning millions of dollars of damage, they were only awarded $3.76, which is still in a safe deposit box in Memphis, Tennessee. Radio broadcaster Charlie Steiner said this: "If the USFL had waited one more year to go after the NFL, they would have had a far better chance of success because the NFL collective bargaining agreement was up for the players." So, one of two things would have happened. There would have been a mass exodus from the NFL to USFL, or there would have been no strike, or the NFL would have been so frightened of the USFL they would have had to absorb this new league. Meaning when and absorbing means say hey, okay, we're going to take what teams you have and in a way, okay, put them into our division in a way. honestly, I think this story is kind of interesting. But what do y'all think of this story, honestly?